Hello there, how are you? Happy full moon, happy full blood moon, happy lunar eclipse, happy all those things. I'm glad that I'm able to put this out here today, just when the full moon is at its height. Most of us are not going to be able to see the moon, of course, because here in the States, at least, because we are under the blood moon lunar eclipse. So what we're going to do in just a few moments here is I'm going to go through some really super easy, I dare not even call them rituals. Let's just say things to do to commemorate this blood moon and what we should be seeking during this blood moon and during this lunation cycle. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then at the very end of this, I'm going to actually have the meditation that goes along with this. And then I'll post the meditation separately as well. All right. So let's get started. All right, we're back. And so this is all about the blood moon. Today is the 7th of September when I'm recording this. Now, I want you to understand something, though. I talked about this, I think, a few days ago, right? We were talking about the blood moon and the identity crisis, and I went through some of the astrological and a little bit of the numerological significance and the energies that are presenting themselves today. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to kind of go through a bit of a ritual or release or whatever you want to do, signification of the release of an old identity. We're going to be talking about this concept of an old identity and then a rebirth or being born again, all throughout at least the next couple of weeks, and perhaps even throughout the remainder of this lunation cycle. And by lunation cycle, I mean from today, another 28 days, because this is some very powerful energy that we're looking at. And this is very powerful significance of the blood moon itself, of this lunar cycle of, as we're going through this throughout the remainder of Virgo and into the beginning of Libra. That's when this 28 days kind of expands. I mean, we've got this moon and then the lunar eclipse, and then we've got the 999 portal. And then we're going to be coming into the solar eclipse, and there's like a 9/11 portal. There's a 9/11 portal in here as well. There's a lot going on, and it's like change after change after change after change. And what I don't want anyone to be is, how can I put this, concerned and overwhelmed. Okay? I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed with all that's happening, because there's a lot happening. And I also don't want you to be underwhelmed. What does that mean? That means, beloved, that you can end up sitting on the sidelines if you so choose, or you can be an active participant in changing your life and changing your world and all those great things. It is completely up to you what you want to do. You can either be an active participant or not. And I'm imploring you to be an active participant. And I'm actually encouraging you to not only be an active participant, but to look at some concepts that you've been taught all your life from a religious standpoint. And I want you to begin to look at them now from a metaphysical standpoint. I want you to begin to look at them from your own divinity. I want you to begin to look at them from a how do I create and co-create my world. I want you to begin to look at them from the perspective of, oh, you know what? I actually do and can be a participant in creating and activating myself and activating the divinity within me. I want you to look at this as you can and should be an active participant in realizing and living in your purpose, that you can, will, and should say, okay, this is my life. This is what I should be doing. This is what I'm called to do. Whatever. And I have the capability of doing it. Not only do I have the capability of doing it, I should be doing it, right? Like this is what and it's no longer what we need to get out of this space of only if God wills it. If this is the will of God, if this is this, if this is that, why would it be the will of God for it to be anything else? Why would it be the will of God for you to suffer? Why would it be the will of God for you to fail? Why would it be the will of God for you to always struggle and never come out on the other end? Why would that be the will of God? Riddle me that. What sense does that make? It makes none. And I know I'm hitting some people right square in your eyes. I know. I love you. There's a few things that I would be doing you a grave disservice if I didn't continue to push this further with you. I have a couple things I want to go over. There's going to be a free eclipse integration guide. You can find that at theeclipseguide.com. That's theeclipseguide.com. It's a PDF. It's downloadable. It's going to give you things to start doing as of tomorrow, the 8th, and all the way through till the solar eclipse on the 21st. So theeclipseguide.com, completely free, guys. That is completely free to you, okay? And I created that so that I could help you in any way that I can in order to live a better life, right? In order to live a better life. Now, in conjunction with that, some of you guys, some of y'all want to be coaches, healers, teachers, or you want a spiritual business of some sort, or a business of some sort where you're helping others, right? And coaching can be a great way to do that. This Lock It In challenge, right? I'm having a Lock It In challenge. I know you guys have probably heard about the whole Lock It In. You know, there's this thing happening on all over TikTok for sure, and some on Instagram, and I've seen some on YouTube and stuff. So we're locking in from now, actually started September 1st, all the way to the end of the year. We're locking in on being focused, highly focused on goals, purpose, plan. And so, you know me, I'm all about the business side of it. And so if you've ever thought about, hey, I'm not sure what kind of coach I was meant to be. I think I want to be a coach and help people, but what does that really mean? Because that doesn't only mean life coaching. That could be anything, career coaching. It could be consulting. It could be a whole bunch of different things. So you just Lock It In challenge. You're going to go to it's lockitinchallenge.com. That's a problem. Let me fix that. But it is the lockitinchallenge.com. And you're going to go to that site. Let me see if I can even open that up and fix that. Now you're going to go to that site right there. And what you're going to find at that site, let me share my screen with you. At lockitinchallenge.com, I don't want to invite guests. I want to make a presentation. I want to share my screen. Here we go. So when you go there, this is what you're going to find. You're going to find the Lock It In Challenge. It's just $27 to lock it in, guys. It's just $27. It's a multi-day challenge. It's really 3 days, but I'm giving you a bonus day at 8 p.m. Eastern. So there's no reason everybody can join. We're going to uncover your unique coaching strengths, your coaching style. We're going to match you with the right business model. How should you even approach this business? And then we're going to create your own personal coaching profile. Before you get done with this, and it's just $27, there's going to be, before you get done, you're going to be able to take clarity and clear action, have clarity and clear action. Okay, so that's what we're doing. It starts next week, Sunday, a week from today, September 14th, and the bonus day is Wednesday, September the 17th, 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. Listen, you're going to get the live training, workbooks, a coaching profile, group access, a priority private group, right? We're going to have some audio, affirmations, mini training, and I'm going to give you some affirmation cards that you can print yourself and you can work with those affirmations. So honestly, you can't go wrong with this. Okay, guys. So we're going to go to lockitinchallenge.com. That's lockitinchallenge.com as I update that. I swear, sometimes you can be looking at things, guys. I don't know if you guys ever do this. You ever create something and child, you done looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and looked at it some more. And then you don't realize until you done looked at it 25 million times that it's wrong. But listen, this lets you know that even I make mistakes. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what this whole blood moon is really about. So what we're going to do today on this full moon is we're going to do the normal standard stuff that we always do, right? Which is we're releasing. We are releasing today. Okay, that is what we're doing. We're releasing today. And what we're going to do is we're releasing old identity. We're releasing karmic contracts. We're releasing these things that no longer serve us. And one of the quickest and easiest ways to do that is to do something where you're burning. So if you have a black candle, you can use a white candle too, or just like regular fire or whatever. And just make sure you have something that you can burn that's burn safe. Okay, you don't want to light this thing up and just willy-nilly. But I want you to write down the things that no longer serve you. Like take small pieces of paper and write them down, and then we're going to burn them. Or you can write it down on bay leaves and burn the bay leaves. Bay leaves are used for abundance, but they can also be used as clearing and releasing. So each of these things, and if you've got quite a bit, it's okay. Take your time, right? Take your time. And what you're going to do is you're going to write it down. Write them all down. Write them all down. And then when you collect and you're going to collect the ashes, and what you're going to do at the end of the burning, right? Needs to be a thing, right? So you've got the black candle, and if you don't have a black candle, use a white candle. It doesn't matter. The whole thing here is to go on and release. Okay? To release the old self, to let the old self dissolve. And all these old self identities of not having enough, of struggling, of not having good relationships, all those old things, we're going to burn that up. We're going to burn it up. And as you're burning it, you're going to say the following. I should probably just, let me put this in a banner real quick. Put this in a banner all the way at the bottom. This is what you're going to say as you're burning, or as the paper's burning. This identity is complete. I rise as sovereign, and I'm just going to put that right there. This identity is complete. I rise as sovereign light. That's what you're going to say as you're burning, as you're burning, as you're burning. Oh, we were missing child. As you're burning, as you're burning, you rise as sovereign light. Now, you'll notice when you do the meditation here, and I'll attach it. We're going to do it in just a few minutes, right? You'll be able to do this on your own. Is we're going to call down protection, right? Golden or white light and protection, because it is an eclipse. So there are a lot of dark forces, shadow forces that are kind of coming to the forefront, and they're active. But you are a chosen one and you are protected. So just put the protection around you. That doesn't mean that you can't release. You see, while those shadow forces and that lower vibrational energy is out there, release all your lower vibrational stuff back out there to them. Don't hold on to it. That doesn't make any sense. Don't hold on to it. It doesn't make any sense. All right. It's not going to help you any. So since it's running around everywhere, why don't you just simply release it? Because you don't need it anymore. Because what we're going to be working on is a new identity. It is that identity where all that you wish to manifest is made whole, is made real. That new identity where you have the successful business, where you have the great relationships, the successful career, the school, the education, whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. That identity already exists. We just have to clear everything out so that identity can step into this, right? We have to believe that identity, and then also a clear space for that identity for us to meet in the middle and for that to become what our being is. And so this whole process of being kind of reborn or born again, done a lot of studying about this, and I'm actually doing some other work on it, but we're going to talk about over the next couple of weeks for sure. We're going to talk about this concept of becoming Christ consciousness and being born again. And how does identity shifting and being born again, how does that correlate with one another? Because actually it does. This whole rebirth process, I think that's been part of the problem when we're dealing with religion is, there's only one rebirth. But yet then we talk about being reborn and reborn and reborn, right, in the metaphysical, spiritual world. And this was always kind of a rebirth was always, death, and rebirth was like just part of a cycle from ancient history on. You are reborn. You become somebody new so many times in your lifetime. It's not even funny. So why do we regulate ourselves to only one rebirth that then limits us? So this whole, as we're moving through, right, this Christ consciousness, and this is what I want to talk to you about. I'm developing and writing. So this is a big part of what this lunar and solar eclipse, I find it fascinating that the first eclipse in this cycle is the lunar or the death. And how are we going to reset the energy that we set into motion so that come solar eclipse, it is sunrise, right? It is sunrise. So we're going to be being reborn in a very cataclysmic, I don't want to say cataclysmic, powerful energy of the solar eclipse. And what emerges from that is going to be extremely powerful. So I want you to write down all the old self stuff, all those identities you're releasing. And then I want you to burn or bury the paper. And then I want you to speak out loud what I've got there. This identity is complete. I rise as sovereign light. And then down in the description, because I'm going to leave you after that, down in the description, I want you to do the meditation. Down in the description, I want you to go and grab theeclipseguide.com. That's theeclipseguide.com. Download that down there. And then also, I want you to go check out if you're interested in starting your business, your coaching business, you're just not sure kind of what type of a coach or consultant or educator you should be. We're going to lock it in, guys. So I want you to come to the Lock It In Challenge at lockitinchallenge.com. That's lockitinchallenge.com. Okay, we're going to be working with all of this. Okay. So I want you to go on and get ready, because coming up right now is going to be the meditation. And then we will see you guys on the other side. Okay. Take it easy. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel yourself relaxing, softening, flowing into the energy of this eclipse, but not getting lost. Flowing into the energy of release, into the energy of karmic release, into the energy of opening oneself to new possibilities, to the endless good that is available, to the eternal purpose that you came here for. Opening yourself up to truly being yourself. No longer chained, bound, or held back from what everyone else thinks you should be, from what the world has dictated you are. You are more than enough, and you are completely and totally capable and equipped to do exactly what you came here for. So as we are opening ourselves up to all of the possibilities and willing to release the karmic energy that no longer serves us, we invite and ask and put up golden light barrier all around us, from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet, that extends into eternity upward and the eternity downward, that extends into the earth and into the ether and into the atmosphere and into eternity, to protect us from the shadow forces that are at play in this lunar eclipse energy, because this is when dark attempts to overtake light, but instead of allowing it to overtake, we're going to utilize it, and we're going to have it accept that which we no longer need back. Now I want you to feel the shadow of the eclipse overhead, the blood moon representing sacrifice, representing life, representing covenant of the highest and deepest level, and representing a karmic tie to ancestral contracts and soul contracts that no longer serve you. And the sky itself is pausing to allow you the moment, this moment, to release. In this moment, I want you to visualize your old self. Look at yourself from the outside, from the external, not from all the turmoil that you've been going through internally, from the external. Old identities and patterns. I want you to see the false stories that you've carried. Some of these false stories will appear to you as garments or scarves or cloaks that have been put on you. Some of these patterns and these karmic contracts, we're going to bring them back, and they're going to appear as scrolls. Old, yellowed, tattered, but still with your signature, still with your agreement. You agree to all of this as it appears now, layer by layer, contract by contract. Heavy stone, cage, even prison. All of these things, allow them to begin to come forward so you can finally see them. See the invisible shackles that you have been walking in from the time of your birth until now. And I want you to understand this. You see now that unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. And internally, I want you to say this with me. Unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. Tonight, I release what no longer serves my divine becoming. I'm going to say it one more time. Unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. Tonight, I release what no longer serves my divine becoming. Identify everything, and let's begin to lay the garments one by one at the foot of an altar, at the foot of a Christian cross, at the foot of an ankh, at the foot, whatever you want to imagine in this moment, but we're laying it down. We're laying it down. All those heavy coats and cloaks that have hidden you. All those scarves that have covered you. And they weren't coverings for good, they were coverings to keep your light underneath the bushel basket. The soul contracts that are no longer serving you, that have taught the lesson needed. The karmic contracts that don't belong to you, they belong to the ancestor and ancestors before. And as you begin to shed all the garments of your old identity, the identity you are shifting into, the identity that is at one, of one mind, of one heart, of one soul with the universe, with love, with light, with creation. Your true identity is beginning to show through in a golden lion or lioness. Beautiful, majestic, symbolizing your divine becoming, your divine leadership, your divine sovereignty. And within that identity lies everything that you have wished for or desired. Within all of that, right there. Shedding. This doesn't belong to you. Shedding. Becoming your golden light, your sunlight begins to shine brighter. You begin to be healthier, and you are seeing yourself finally in your glory. You're seeing yourself in your majesty. You're seeing yourself in your sovereignty. You are seeing yourself as you were always meant to and came here to be. And so as we allow all of the unworthiness and fear, the shame, ego, you are not defined by your trauma. You are not defined by the trauma put upon you by your mother. You are not defined by the trauma put upon you by your father. You are not defined by the trauma put upon siblings and uncles and aunts and relatives and teachers and bosses and friends. The world itself, in some cases, the structures, the religious structures, the governmental structures. You are not defined by any of that. You are not the sum of all of your traumas. Instead, you are the multiplication of all of your triumphs, and you finally see yourself as that. All of the rest falls away. Now, as you're looking upon this pile, and your golden lion within you is stirring, and your golden lioness within you is stirring, your hidden sovereignty comes to the forefront. And I want you to breathe into your chest and down into your solar plexus. Breathe in sovereignty and exhale anything that does not serve you. Breathe in power and exhale fear. Breathe in love and exhale sadness into your chest and down into your solar plexus. You're going to breathe this in and then breathe out. And as we are breathing in and breathing out, I want you to say to self, I am the Christ self within. Or, I am the sovereign self within. Or, I am the love self within. Whichever feels right. I am light. I am love. I am free. I am Christ self within. I am the Creator self within. I am the Spirit self within. I am the love self within. I am light. I am love. I am free. I am light. I am love. I am free. I am light. I am love. I am free. And just as we have burned so much already, I want you to light with your golden torch all the garments and all the agreements that lie before you at the altar pyre, before a cross, before an altar, before whatever you choose, an ankh, whatever it is you choose. Light. And watch the flame. Burn it away, and the wind of spirit take the ashes and scatter them to the four corners, away from you, because it no longer serves you, and we're no longer holding on to it. And as the flame burns, and as the ashes fly, feel your old self dissolve, and the true self begin to flicker, to awaken, and await your rebirth. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome home. Welcome to your new life. Welcome to the reborn you. And repeat one more time. I am light. I am love. I am free.